Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry. This week in our state and national reports, we're going to be talking some July and August benchmarks from a few states. Deals, we've got a pair of football deals to talk about. We've got a hockey deal as well as a pair of IC360 deals to talk about.
Wow, they are busy.
Always busy.
Always busy.
Industry updates, we're going to be talking licenses, launches, and a couple other updates as well.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish up with our legislative roundup with news coming out of Missouri, Ohio, Maryland, and Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start talking state and national reports right after this.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to start off our state and national reports in the state of Kentucky.
Have we ever started off with Kentucky?
No, but I figured it was about time we did.
Good for Kentucky.
This is their July sports betting report.
All right.
State of Kentucky has now accepted, with the month of July being reported, $2.26 billion wagered in its first 11 months of operation.
That's great. It's not even a year yet.
No, that's actually very good numbers.
Yep.
Year-to-date gross gaming revenue has passed $150 million, and of course, you can't talk state sports betting without bringing up either FanDuel and DraftKings. We have FanDuel here passing $100 million in revenue for the state.
So are they the top two in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everywhere else, pretty much.
Okay.
Just about everywhere.
I was hoping some sports book, I was hoping some local sports book would give them a run for their money. But
yeah, that's probably not going to happen just yet.
I know. That's pie in the sky thinking.
Yes.
So,
State of Maryland, moving forward in the calendar, that was July. We are now going to August. Maryland has reported their August sports betting numbers. All-time tax revenue in the state of Maryland has passed $100 million since its launch back in December of 2021. Its newest sports betting operator, Veteran Services.
That's great. Yeah.
Reported $320,000 in handle and about $1,100 in tax revenue in its first month. So
that was a good first month.
It's a very good for one of the smaller operators, yeah.
And by the way, it's a first month in a time where there's not a whole lot of betting. Now, what are we talking about here?
August.
We're in August.
Yeah.
Now's the time, September, October, when you got the football, and October especially, when all the winter sports are playing. So,
and also it's a UK platform they're using BFI.
Okay. So you know what? Yep. It's a good start. It's they got their first good numbers in August, and now's the time for the big money to come in.
Moving up to the Northeast, we've got Maine reporting their August numbers. State of Maine has reported that its all-time gross gaming revenue and all-time gross and all-time adjusted gaming revenue, it's hard saying those two phrases together, have both passed $40 million. It's also the 9th time out of 10 months with at least $3.4 million in gross gaming revenue. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but for a state like Maine with only 2 operators, very good numbers.
Yeah, no, Maine's a very interesting state. Interesting news coming out of it, and the gambling industry separated from the sports betting industry. So I don't know if you're going to touch on that in this.
We will be talking another Maine story.
Oh, another Maine story.
Yes,
we're teasing people with another Maine story. So it's
shows how far we've sunk.
Yeah,
Teasing with me.
It's a great state. It's called Vacation Land, by the way. That's the New Jersey's called the Garden State.
Yep.
They call Maine Vacation Land.
Well, never be called betting land. So
look, I mean,
you never know.
I'm glad they have betting.
Yeah.
So all the New England states have betting now, and it's great that they're part of that industry.
Moving over to North Carolina. North Carolina has their August numbers out. Its all-time tax revenue, the state of North Carolina, has passed $350 million, and its all-time handle is less than $60 million away from $3 billion after 6 months of operation.
Wow, that's great.
That's a huge jump right there.
And the important part is the tax revenue. Yeah. If you're the state, and if you're a state that hasn't passed sports betting yet, I'm looking at you, Missouri. Look at these numbers of taxes. Look at certainly you can do a lot of good in your state with these tax figures and, roads and hospitals and schools and things like that, and police and first responders. They could all benefit from that tax revenue. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now. So
moving over to the East Coast again, we've got New York State. We're going to finish up with their August sports betting report. Usually we do their weekly numbers, but here we have their month of August coming out.
We got the whole month of New York.
Got the whole month of August.
Are these numbers are always, the weekly ones are staggering. When you do the monthly ones for New York, they're just overwhelming.
Well, we've got, with their August sports betting report, the state of New York's all-time handle for mobile industry only. I didn't do the retail. These are just the all-time mobile handle numbers. They're $48.9 billion.
That's insane.
$4.3 billion in all-time gross gaming revenue, $2.1 billion in all-time adjusted gaming revenue, and $2.2 billion in all-time tax revenue. That's the number people want to see.
Absolutely.
$2.2 billion all-time tax revenue, mobile industry only. August was the 30th straight month for FanDuel, leading all New York sports books in the gross gaming revenue category. Even though the entire state itself, August gross gaming revenue came in at just under $125 million, lowest mark for gross gaming revenue since August of 2023, last August.
Well, August is a weird kind of a month.
Yes.
August is one of those, not a whole lot of sports.
No.
A lot of people on vacation. So you got to take into account that.
But things are.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just giving you reasons why. I feel like one of those athletes in the locker room. Why'd you lose? I'm just giving you excuses. I'm not giving you excuses. I'm just giving you reasons why I lost.
Well, everything's looking up for New York because the week ending September 1st, which is the first week of September, by the way. Everything leading up to the September 1st, which is a Sunday. New York's weekly handle hit $400 million. It passed $400 million for the first time since the week ending May 19th. So they are slowly getting back into the swing of things with football.
There are some states that don't have a monthly handle of that. So New York is absolutely an amazing state for sports betting.
That's it for state and national. We're going to start talking deals right now. We're going to start our deals this week down in Florida with with an NFL deal regarding Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars and Hard Rock Digital have announced a partnership to make Hard Rock Bet the official sportsbook of the Jaguars. Partnership includes co-marketing elements with marquee signage, digital CRM, and social campaigns throughout the season. As you can tell, I just read that phrase right out of the press release.
You don't talk like that. So
no one talks digital CRM and social campaigns, but that's the marketing speak for this week. Hard Rock Bet players will be receive backstage pass experiences at Everbank Stadium, exclusive VIP access to Jaguars off-site events. Hard Rock Games will also help entertain Jaguars fans on the team's official Jaguars app, where free-to-play games
I know.
will be
I saw
linked
that
via the Hard Rock Neverland Casino social gaming platform.
So what are the free-to-play games?
They're predictive.
They're predictive games because I've been on some online casinos, and I think the Jets game, I forgot what casino I was on. You're kicking field goals.
There's all different kinds.
Or you're throwing passes and things like that.
Usually you start off with predictive games and you move into the one-tap type games is what you're describing.
Does Hard Rock basically own Florida now?
The
Seminoles? What? No. The Dolphins, Miami Dolphins,
Hard Rock Stadium.
Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah.
It just you can't turn around in Florida without seeing a Hard Rock sign.
Well, they're the only ones allowed in
which is great. I love Hard Rock. I love the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. I can't even imagine.
Hard Rock's
what
the
it's like
only
in
one
Florida.
allowed in Florida right now. So
Good.
that's it.
Yeah.
Going over to the NHL, we have the Edmonton Oilers and PlayAlberta announcing a new agreement today. Announcing a new agreement that makes PlayAlberta the exclusive sports betting and online gaming partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Deal will see the PlayAlberta logo featured on the Oilers home jerseys, and GameSense, which is the responsible gambling program up in the province, will be displayed on the helmets of the Oilers for each home game.
Nice. Okay. Hey, in the press release, did they call them jerseys, or because a lot of people, when you're talking about hockey, they call them sweaters. So in the PR, they call them jerseys?
In the press release, they called them jerseys.
All right. I never know what to call them for hockey. If I say jerseys to people who like sweaters, I get corrected. So,
well, you're also going to have promotions throughout the Rogers Place and the Ice District, which is what they call around the arena, the Ice District.
The Ice District?
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice to call it that.
I have never been to, what is it?
Rogers.
Edmonton?
Yeah, Rogers Place, all that.
Yeah.
Giveaways throughout the season, including game tickets and memorabilia, courtesy of the Oilers and PlayAlberta.
Okay.
They really did not expect the negative reaction social media has created about it. But
really? What was the negative?
The overwhelming majority is favorable, but there's a vocal minority of the fans that do not want gambling involved with their hockey.
Is it the gambling thing or anything on the sweaters?
It's a gambling thing.
It's the gambling thing?
It's a gambling thing.
Some people just don't like logos on their team's jerseys.
I like the logos on the jerseys.
Yeah, I've heard blowback on a lot of teams just having the logos on their jerseys. So,
no,
is it the gambling thing or just the logos?
It was the gambling thing.
Okay.
Going back over to the integrity segment of our industry, we have Integrity Compliance 360, a pair of deals. IC 360 and FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson University, announced a partnership designed to support and enhance FDU athletics.
Great.
FDU is going to be utilizing Prohibit. Took me a while to realize that the way they phrased it in the press release, prohibited better technology. Prohibit.
Okay.
I never saw it actually expanded like that before in a press release. Partnership will also allow for educational training for student athletes, coaches, and administrative staff via IC360's e-learning platform. And the other deal IC360 was involved with is down in Brazil. They are expanding their international reach again. They have done a deal with Brazilian sports betting and online casino operator Brazino 777.
That's great because, look, when you're talking about a brand new hot area for gaming, Brazil is it.
Yes.
I mean, it's just absolutely incredible the way this industry is exploding in Brazil. So I'm glad IC360 is down there, and it's a great addition. I always say, you need integrity if you want a strong gaming industry, and IC360 is a good way to do it.
Brazino 777. I always want to leave off one of the sevens. They'll have access to IC360's front-end alerting system for fraudulent activities.
Right.
And IC360's investigations team will be patrolling and analyzing the data that comes in from Brazino 777.
Perfect.
For real-time data to detect whether or not there are anomalies or some suspicious betting activities.
I like I said, it's just integrity is such an important part of this industry, and I'm glad IC360 is down in Brazil. It really at the start of their industry because it's really expanding really quickly, and I'm glad IC360 is down there.
Last deal of the week, we have the San Francisco 49ers announcing an extension of its partnership with Mexican bookmaker Foliati Casino.
Foliati Casino.
Back when they first made this deal in November of 2023, it was the first international sports betting deal for an NFL team. Here we have Foliati getting access to the 49ers trademarks to promote its sports betting business to legal consumers in Mexico. They're going to be publishing content on the 49ers official Spanish app. Also, the they're going to be doing a lot of meet and greets with alumni at the Fully Outed casinos down in Mexico.
See, that's cool. I
like that.
What a great event. You're meeting 49er legends in Mexico, which is awesome. The perfect scenery, the perfect area, the perfect vacation spot. And in the 80s, when I was growing up watching football, the 49ers were as close to the perfect team you can get. So good for them.
That's it for the deals. We're going to start talking industry updates right after this.
Imagine if you lost 20, 30, 40, or even 50 pounds or more right away. Would you be more attractive to the opposite sex? Feel better? Sleep better? If you've tried to lose weight in the past and repeatedly failed, then you need to know about a true game-changer medication. Semaglutide is FDA approved. It can produce quick and easy results. Call the number on your screen now for free info. This is the last diet you'll ever go on. Finally lose the weight and keep it off. There's no pain, no surgery, no exercise plan, no starvation, no fasting, no silly meal prep. In fact, you can continue to eat the foods you love. Pause this screen and take down this number or store it in your cell phone. But call today for free information. The Advanced Medical Weight Loss Program is physician-based and works with your body naturally to create the feeling of being full. This is not just about losing weight. This is about what your life can become as a thinner you. Call the number on your screen now for free info. Finally lose the weight and keep it off. Look great this summer, but hurry. There's a huge demand for this product and shortages may occur at any time. Call the number on your screen now for free information.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to start our industry update segment up in the state of New York. Everybody's been waiting for ESPN Bet to launch. Penn Entertainment had said that they would be launching sometime in September, pending regulatory approvals. Well, the regulatory approvals are still pending. They have been pushed back, and the New York State Gaming Commission will be discussing it on September 23rd, which, by the way, is when this show is airing.
Right.
By the time the show is over,
I guess
there may be some word whether or not they will be able to launch. But right now, they had anticipated the first week of college, then they anticipated the first week of the NFL. Now they are anticipating whenever New York decides.
Well, I guess the sticking point is they're taking over Wynn's license, or the license that had the Wynn property attached to it, or whatever. And I guess that's the sticking point right now. Or is
it's not really
the transfer?
A sticking point.
It's the the paperwork involved in the transfer kind of thing. Is that
what
what we're talking about
I think
here?
the New York State Gaming Commission wants to take their time with this and make sure everything is right. They want to prepare for the hearing the right way. And again, maybe it does have a lot more to do with the WynnBET acquisition, of the WynnBET license acquisition. But right now, it's the regulators board's ball, and they're going to hold on to it until September 23rd today.
You got to do what they say. So,
exactly.
I'm sure it'll be soon when they'll get it, but I'm sure that they hate missing the first part of the NFL season, and let's be honest, the number one sports betting market in the country. So.
Well, if Penn launches in New York, Penn is anticipating to be able to reach 46% of the U.S. population just by adding New York into the mix.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Going down to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., we've got Caesars Entertainment announcing it will bring Caesars Sportsbook self-service kiosks to 53 small businesses across Washington, D.C. via a deal with the D.C. Office of Lottery and Gaming.
Yeah, I had to look at that again. 53 locations in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
That's just absolutely incredible. That's basically blanketing the D.C. area, the D.C. market. So incredible stuff.
The most incredible part of that story is the fact that they are still calling them self-service kiosks, which basically are the same.
Aren't kiosks self-service?
They're all self-serve.
I don't know. I don't know why they keep calling them self-service kiosks. All kiosks are self-service.
The Caesar Sportsbook kiosks will be replacing all Gambit kiosks across the district, and they will also accept cash deposits to the Caesar Sportsbook accounts. A lot of kiosks do not do that.
Oh, okay. So
it's a nice added feature.
So you can put money into your mobile account? Is that
into
what
your
they're
Caesar
saying?
Sports betting account?
Okay.
Yeah.
These are banking machines now.
That's
My
basically it.
God. Okay.
We've got a couple states adding sports to their sports wagering menus. We've got Indiana. The Indiana Gaming Commission has approved the WBSC Premier 12, which is international softball.
Oh, okay.
The Primera Nacional, which is Argentinian soccer.
Okay.
Chinese Professional Baseball League.
All right.
Saudi Pro League, which is soccer. For sports betting, they put that onto their wagering menu. So now you can actually, when sportsbooks start to offer these sports, you can bet on these tournaments and sports.
Okay.
In Indiana. Ohio Casino Control Commission approved future bets on NFL First Team All-Pro awards. I thought a lot of states had already done that. I guess Ohio's joining the crowd.
Okay.
And over here in our backyard, going to Atlantic City, Fanatics. Fanatics has opened a retail sports book at Ocean Casino, its first physical venue in New Jersey.
I can't wait to check that out. I always like going to Ocean Casino because it's one of the most beautiful casinos down in Atlantic City, but I guess they still have the table games in the gallery. It's kind of like a mix of...
It's mixed use.
Yeah.
It's a bar,
you have
grill,
table games,
bar, lounge,
bar,
gaming,
and a sports book.
Yep. So
it's a lot of fun to watch a game there, so I can't wait to check out Fanatics down there.
Well, they're only a couple of months old in New Jersey after launching their sportsbook and casino app. This is a great addition to the Fanatics repertoire.
No, I made some bets on them. I have the mobile app on my phone. So I'm enjoying Fanatics.
Over in Arizona, we got Sportrade announcing it received besides Arizona, we have Sportrade announcing it has secured a Virginia license to launch. They're expecting to launch next month in October. The Virginia license brings the number of states in which the company is active to 5. They've got Arizona, Iowa, New Jersey, Colorado, and soon Virginia.
I have to check them out. I've
It's
heard a lot about them.
Sports betting exchange. I'm not too familiar with how exchanges work. But
I'm hearing a lot about them here in New Jersey, so I want to check them out. So,
And we're going to our Maine story that we teased earlier.
Ah, yes, the state of
Maine. Not a great story for Maine, but
this is weird. I don't know what the hell's going on up there.
It's all 9 Maine casino inspectors, from the Maine Gambling Control Unit. The inspectors that go out to the casinos or are stationed at the casinos while they're open and functioning have signed an open letter, which means they published it.
Yep, everyone knows about it.
Yep, calling for the resignation of the regulator's executive director, Milton Champion.
Okay.
I guess he's no longer the champion.
I guess so. But, I don't know what the hell's going on.
The letter cited several issues, including a dysfunctional and toxic work environment,
okay,
well as a lack of respect for the oversight role of the Maine Gambling Control Board. The letter basically alleges that Champion was going around making unilateral decisions disregarding the scheduling aspects and the troubles that the inspectors were having in certain areas. Matter of fact, they claimed that one set of changes to the scheduling left a casino without inspectors for a day or two. So they've asked for his resignation. I
never thought I would say this, but my God, Maine is the most interesting gaming industry in the country. My goodness, what the hell's going on in Maine?
But the Maine Gambling Control Unit has responded with a letter of confidence in Milton Champion, so we'll see where that goes. As we're talking about it now, this just happened really about maybe a week ago, so we'll see exactly what happens to Milton over there. And,
so everyone who's interested in the gaming industry, keep watching Maine. It's just so soap opera-y. I love this.
Yeah, there's a lot of undercurrent to it.
My goodness.
That's it for industry updates. We're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. Starting off our legislative roundup, I'm going to let Dave get back up on his soapbox as we're going to talk Missouri. Missouri voters will be able to approve sports betting on the upcoming ballot after a county judge has dismissed a lawsuit against the sports betting ballot initiative. If it's approved, legal online and retail books will be able to start taking bets sometime next year. No word on exactly when. It's got to get approved first. Let's see what happens.
I still think this is a toss-up still. I mean, look, when this sports betting question came first on the ballot in New Jersey, they lost. It didn't work. It didn't work in California. So, just because it's on the ballot doesn't mean it's going to get approved, but it also doesn't mean if it's defeated, it goes away. I mean,
it'll come back.
It's an issue that is now being talked about, which is a good thing.
Yep.
So, good. No, I hope everything works out for Missouri. And you know what? It's on people's minds now. Even if it gets defeated, it's still being talked about and an important issue.
Well, the fact that retail sports books, if this is approved, retail sports books could also open that pro sports league venues as well as on the riverboat casinos. Mm-hmm. That is a huge boon to the retail sports betting industry there, and there's going to be a lot of support for that.
Yep.
Over in Ohio, we have Senator Antoni introducing Senate Bill 312, which is aimed at legalizing iGaming in the state.
Good.
Calls for the Ohio Casino Control Commission to oversee the launch of online gambling platforms, monitor activities, determine which games would be available, 15% tax rate. That's below the 20% tax rate of sports betting. Mm-hmm. So they're 15% versus 20%.
Let me tell you something. We always say that sports betting makes money for the state. iGaming makes about 3 to 4 times more money for the state than sports betting. So, something about online slots really do wonders for a state's budget. So.
Over in Maryland, we've got the Lottery and Gaming Control Agency posting several new proposed amendments to the state's sports wagering regulations. One of the main focus of one of them was how to wind down your business. A sports betting operator winding down their business. This one, they're requiring 7 days advance notice before an operator shuts down, 182-day period for the operator to return funds to bettors, turn the money over to the state comptroller if they close down without someone collecting the money. And also a wind down plan has to be submitted now to the Lottery and Gaming Control Agency. Okay. Can't believe that wasn't part of the original plan to begin with. But,
well, look,
okay.
Unfortunately, it has to be part of because we're seeing some sportsbook close down operations in the U.S., and you need these kind of guidance to wind down your business effectively so you're protecting the bettors and your customers. So.
And last but not least, we have Iowa. The Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission has approved a study of the state's gaming industry. It's going to be assessing the impact of a potential Lynn County casino on the overall gaming industry in the state. Study is expected to be done by December 30th, with presentation being done January of 2025. This is coming at the same time a couple other groups are applying for casinos. So good timing for this.
Do any of these studies ever say a casino is a bad idea?
Yeah.
I've
seen it.
You've seen them?
Yeah,
I've never seen one.
They
said, this is really terrible.
There have been a couple studies that have gone the other way. Cannibalization studies, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean bad for other casinos in the area kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't have another casino in the area, one casino, do you ever see a study that says it's terrible for the area?
No, casinos are always good for an area.
Yeah.
But, hey, we'll see where that goes. That's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. As always, there's been a ticker flying by below us with additional news stories we didn't have a chance to talk about on air. A lot of entertainment, international news stories there. And as always, after this show is released Monday morning, there will be a full print version of the Turnpike Sports Book Report on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll be taken to our blog. Please read that at your convenience. A lot more stories there that we didn't have a chance to cover on air or in the ticker itself. So, and also press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep those coming in.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.